Good morning, children. We are going to study our environment and pollution. Our learning outcomes are list the elements that make our environment, describe the importance of environment, and identify the reasons due to the environment get in danger. So we will understand the environment first. First, we will see what does the environment gives us. So we'll see the conversation in between the mother and daughter. Minnie says, good morning. Good morning, Minnie. Your breakfast is ready. Mother said, wow, Mom, it's my favorite milkshake and bread jam. Minnie said. Minnie has started eating. She said, Mom, from where do we get the food that we eat? We get milk from cows. Bread is made from flour, which comes from the wheat plant. We make jam with fruits and sugar, both of which come from plants. In short, we get food from our environment. What else do we get from our environment, Mom? Minnie, let's do a fun activity to understand this. Here is some food items: milk, eggs, meat, pulses, vegetables, oil, coffee, and tea. You have to separate all these according to the sources you get. So milk, meat, and eggs we get from animals, whereas fruits, vegetables, rice, wheat, pulses, oil, tea, and coffee we get from plants. Now let's go to the garden to understand more about this. We use plants like ginger, tulsi, rose, neem, garlic, and aloe vera to make medicines and cosmetics. Let's check the bedroom to find out what else do we get from the environment. Here we get the cotton clothes from the cotton fiber that comes from the cotton plants. And we get jute from the jute fiber that come from the jute plant. Woolen clothes are made of wool that comes from sheep, and silk clothes are made of silk fibers that come from silkworms. Come, let's go to the living room. What things do we see there we get from the environment? We get wood and paper from the trees in our environment. Wood is used to make the chairs and tables. Paper used to make books, newspapers, and magazines. Now, let's check. Okay, we get rubber from the rubber tree. Tell me, what do we use rubber for? We use rubber to make tires of vehicles, balloons, and footballs. We also get oxygen from the environment. Plants clean the air by taking in carbon dioxide from the air and giving out oxygen. We breathe this oxygen. That is life-saving gas. Thanks for all the information, Mom, Minnie said. So we depend on the environment for all our needs. Things which we get from environment are food, which we get from the plants and animals, medicines, cosmetics, fibers, wood, paper, rubber, and oxygen. That is compulsory for our life. So we should save our environment. So let's see how we should care for our environment. Let's see the conversation. Dad, we are going to visit an industry from school on Friday. Has your teacher told you which industry they are taking you to this time? We are going to a recycling industry this time. We went to a biscuit factory last time, Dad, Minnie said to Dad. That's a good place to visit. You will understand how to cut down waste and care for the environment. You know, the environment is made up of many things. Air, which we breathe in. Animals, water, soil, rocks, fruits, water, plants, and animals. These all are the parts of the environment which comprises. We depend on the environment directly or indirectly in many ways, like the air which we breathe we get from environment, water we get from air, fruits which we get from plants and animals, furniture we get from wood which we get from plants, Statues we make from the rocks and stones. Pottery we make from small soil particles. The waste particles which we does not use for the longer time is called waste, and which we throw. This creates a waste, but when we throw it in dustbin, it saves our environment. Different types of waste, just like plastic bottles, mirrors, fruits peels, plant products, and polythene bags creates the waste. As the population increases, it increases the waste also along with it. So the waste is of actually two types, biodegradable and non-biodegradable. Plant products and animal waste and clothes, they comes into the category of biodegradable products because they can degrade into the soil by microorganisms. Plastic bottles and polythene bags, they comes into the category of non-biodegradable products because they does not get degraded into the soil by microorganisms. So non-biodegradable waste pollute our environment because they does not get degraded. So to protect our environment, we should follow some steps. The first very important step, to plant the trees. Planting more and more trees saves our environment. Avoid using plastics. Use recycled products and segregate waste into the biodegradable and non-biodegradable so that it will save our environment in many ways, because non-biodegradable product cannot be degraded easily into the soil. Now I understand why we are going to a recycling industry. So here we have seen, children, air, soil, rocks, food, water, plants and animals are all a part of our environment, and we depend on our environment in many ways. Anything that we no longer use is called waste. Waste like food, plant waste and cloth are broken down and decayed by microorganisms in soil. Such waste is called biodegradable waste. Plastic bottles, glass and polythene bags cannot be broken down by microorganisms in soil. They are non-biodegradable and take years to break down. To save our environment, we should plant more trees, avoid using plastic products, use recycled products, use dustbins, segregate waste as biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste, and recycle non-biodegradable waste. Like this, we can save our environment very well. Various human activities are adding harmful substances to the environment. The harmful substances that pollute air, water and land are called pollutants. This addition of pollutant to the environment is called pollution. So now let's understand what is pollution. Pollution occurs when the natural environment cannot destroy the pollutants. Plastic bags, plastic bottles and glass bottles, they takes a lot of time to degrade into the environment, even thousands years. Environment cannot be destroyed by the pollutants. Pollution is caused because of the imbalance in nature. As human pollution is increasing, the demand for food, water and housing too is increasing along with it. To meet the demands, humans are misusing the environment and it causes imbalance in the nature. Forests are clear for building houses, as you know. Wildlife and plants are driven for that from their natural environment. Construction is also a source of air, water, soil and noise pollution. The waste which is generated from homes adds to the pollution. It is also causing soil pollution. Excessive use of fertilizers polluted soil, and this is not good for growth of animals and plants. Such plants often fall ill because they are having the fertilizers and harmful substances mixed into the soil. This is mixed into the water bodies and causes the water pollution also. Harmful substances present in the water pollutes water and reduces the amount of oxygen in the water. The presence of excess nutrients from fertilizers causes excessive growth of algae. Marine life does not get enough oxygen and they die. Harmful gases released from industries causes air pollution. The pollutants are destroying the ozone layer, which is one of the cause for global warming. Air pollution also causes acid rain that makes the water bodies toxic. Trees are destroyed by acid rain, which leads to a change in the natural habitat of animal and birds. Pollution is creating severe imbalance in nature. Now we'll see the effects of air pollution. Air pollution can cause allergies and breathing problems to people and animals. Toxic fumes may cause serious health hazards like cancer. The particulates get deposited on leaves and interfere with photosynthesis and affects the plants also. Air pollution results in acid rain, which causes harm to water bodies, forests, agricultural land, and human health. Thank you so much, children.